I'd like to welcome all of you to class today. The majority of our class is going to be for you to have time to locate sources in databases for your research paper. On this slide, it gives you an overview of our exercises. There will be a short exercise on evaluating sources using the CRAP test. And then I'll just go over what I want you to do as you use databases and find sources. So the AP group came up with what they call a CRAP test, and what it means is it's a way to decide whether or not resources are authentic and acceptable for college level research. So if you look at this video, there's actually a video that you can watch. They go over an example of a source that someone found for a research paper, and they use these letters to test the validity of that source. So the C stands for currency. What that means is that the source that you find is relevant, that it's the most recent research to fit your topic rather than something that's taken place a long time ago. R is relevance, that the information you find fits your essential question. A is the authority. It's important that you do a quick Google search on your author or multiple authors from the source to see if they are experts in the field. Accuracy, if you look through the document, you can see whether or not there's lots of data and how they gather that data for the research, whether or not it is reliable and truthful. And finally, purpose. What's the purpose of the article? This is where you analyze the author's intent. When you put all those words together, then it gives you a good indication as to whether or not the source that you find is going to work for you. So I'd like you to take out one of the sources you found from Monday to today, and in your academic notes, put the letter CRAAP in your notes and apply it to one of the sources that you have found to see whether or not it is relevant. So here's where it goes over the assignment for your academic notes. All right, so just a quick overview again of what we talked about last time. Last time I introduced an annotated bibliography or a research of literature for a research paper. Why in the world do we do annotated bibliographies? There are 6 big picture ideas that illustrate why we write annotated bibliographies. It's a critical thinking exercise. It helps us to understand the content of our sources. It establishes you as a valid researcher, why someone should even read your research later on. It allows you to enter into a conversation with other people in an academic way. An annotated bibliography is a way for other people to assess whether or not that source is going to work for them. And finally, it gives backgrounds to future researchers as well. So last time we talked about what is in an annotated bibliography. I want to review that really quickly. Remember, you have to have the most recent MLA citation for the source. Then you have to summarize in 6 to 8 sentences the content of the article. Then in 3 or 4 sentences, you're going to assess or analyze whether or not the article works for your topic. And finally, in 1 or 2 sentences, how you see yourself using the information in your upcoming research paper. Remember, you will compile all of your resources alphabetically into an MLA annotated bibliography. As you're finding articles, this is a quick review site to help you locate the citation of different types of sources. So if you just look at that last column, it will show you where to look within the source to find the MLA citation. If you are having a hard time finding sources, this video will help you either broaden, or if you are finding too many sources, how to narrow a search. by using certain Boolean operator terms like and, or not. So by watching the video, only if you are having a hard time finding your sources. Finally, this slide allows you to use other people's work by collaborating. Sometimes you can learn something when it's just the opposite of what your topic is, by contrasting and looking at the context of one article that might fit the context of your article. So if you look at those bullets down at the bottom, collaborate, material like your ideas, material that contradicts, and contextualize broadens the scope of your ideas. So during our lesson today, then, you are going to be getting back into databases. Remember, you need to have 6 database sources printed. You need to find 2 other sources. There are actually 3 that I've listed. Just remember, one of your sources needs to have an image or a chart. So even though your annotated bibliography will only have 8 sources cited and paragraphs written on them, you do need to access an appropriate image or chart for your ultimate research paper that you will not be doing an annotated bibliography on, but you will need to have the citation for that image or chart later on when you write your research paper. I put this together before I realized we would not be in the classroom, so just remember that you want to print your sources if you can. If not, put them into a file that you can access easily and throughout the next month as you're working on your annotated bibliography and your research paper. And so go ahead and begin your annotated bibliography. If you have questions, be ready for them in the Zoom session that we will have for class today. And that's all I have for our lesson. Thank you.